And now, Judas, you may go and get the cloth. I'm going, but I did not like your parable. I did not understand it. But it is so clear. I have understood it, and I am a poor woman, says Mary Salome. And I have not. Once your parables were more beautiful. Now, bees, cloth, towns changing names, souls that are boats, such mean things, and so confused, which I do not like any more, and I do not understand. But now I will go and get the cloth, because I say that it is in fact needed. But the garment will always be a spoilt one. And Judas stands up and goes away. Mary lowered her head more and more over her work while Judas was speaking. Joanna, instead, raised hers, fixing her eyes on the imprudent apostle with indignant authority. Eliza also raised her head, but then she imitated Mary, and Nike did the same. Susanna opened her big eyes wide, being astonished, and looked at Jesus and not at the apostle, wondering why he does not react. But no one has spoken or made any gesture. Mary Salome and Mary of Alphaeus, two women with common manners, looked at each other shaking their heads. And as soon as Judas goes away, Salome says, "It is head that is spoilt." Yes, that is why he understands nothing. And I do not think that even you will be able to mend it. If my son were like that, I would break his head. Yes, as I made it for him, that it might be the head of a just man, so I would break it. It is better to have a disfigured face than a disgraced heart, says Mary of Alphaeus. Be indulgent, Mary. You cannot compare your sons, who were brought up in an honest family, in a town like Nazareth, to this man, says Jesus. His mother is good. His father was not a wicked man, so I heard, replies Mary of Alphaeus. Yes, but his heart was not lacking in pride. That is why he took his son away from his mother too early. And he also helped in developing the moral heritage that he had given his son by sending him to Jerusalem. It is painful to say, but the temple is certainly not the place where hereditary pride may diminish, says Jesus. No place in Jerusalem, even if it is a place of honour, is suitable for diminishing pride or any other fault, says Johanna with a sigh. And she adds, and not even any other place of honour, whether at Jericho or Caesarea Philippi, at Tiberias, or at the other Caesarea, and she sews quickly, bending her face over her work more than is necessary. Mary of Lazarus is imperious, but not proud, remarks Nike. Now, but previously she was very proud, just the opposite of her relatives, who were never such, replies Johanna. When are they coming? Asks Salome. Soon, if we are to leave in 3 days' time. Let us work quickly then. We shall just manage to finish everything in time, says Mary of Alphaeus, urging them. We were late in coming because of Lazarus, but it was better so, because Mary was spared so much work, says Susanna. But do you feel you can do so much walking? You are so pale and tired, Mary, asks Mary of Alphaeus, laying her hand on Mary's lap and looking at her anxiously. I'm not ill, Mary, and I can certainly walk. No, you are not ill, but you are so distressed, mother. I would give 10 and 10 years of my life, and I would embrace all sorrows to see you once again as I saw you the first time, says John, who looks at her compassionately. Your love is already medicine, John. I can feel my heart calm down when I see how you all love my child, because there is no other cause for my suffering, none, except seeing that he is not loved. I am already recovering here, close to him, and among you who are so faithful. Of course, those months, all alone at Nazareth, after seeing him depart so distressed, already so persecuted, and hearing all those rumours. Oh, how much grief. Now, being near him, I see, I say, at least my Jesus has his mother to comfort him, and say words that drown other words. And I see also that love is not completely dead in Israel. And I have peace, a little peace, not much, because Mary does not say anything else. She lowers her face that she had raised to speak to John, and it is only possible to see the top of her forehead that blushes through a mute emotion. And then 2 tears shine on the dark garment she is mending. Jesus sighs and stands up. He goes and sits down at her feet in front of her, and he rests his head on her knees, kissing her hand that is holding the cloth, and remaining thus like a child who is resting. Mary removes the needle from the cloth in order not to hurt her son, and then she lays her right hand on his head, bent on her knees, and she looks up towards the sky, and she certainly prays, although she does not move her lips. From her whole attitude, it is clear that she is praying. She then bends to kiss her son's hair near his bare temple. The other women do not speak until Salome says, "But how long is it taking Judas? The sun will be setting, and I shall not be able to see." "Someone has probably detained him," replies John, and he asks his mother, "Shall I go and tell him to hurry?" "You'd better go, because if he's not found the cloth, I will shorten your sleeves, as it will soon be summer, and I will make another garment for you for autumn, because you cannot wear this one any longer. And with the piece I take off, I will mend this one here. It will be all right to go fishing, because after Pentecost, you will certainly come back to Galilee." "I will go then," says John, and being always kind, he asks the other women, "Have you any garments already mended that I can take to our lodgings? If you have, give them to me. You will have less to carry on your way back." The women gather together what they have already mended and give it to John, who turns round to go away